Welcome back. The next stop on our one-tank trip takes us to the city of Patterson here in St. Mary Parish. There is so much about Louisiana's history just in this one area. There's actually a really cool museum that features two very distinct facets of the Pelican State, airplanes and sawmills. This is the Wedell-Williams Aviation and Cypress Sawmill Museum, and here to explain their purpose and more is one of the museum employees. Please help me welcome David Boudier, everybody. Hello, my good sir.
How you doing?
I am doing good. Thank you for having us. As you all can see, we've made it inside. First, we're standing here on the aviation side of the museum. But first, I want to ask you this. You know, this museum is named after two important gentlemen, Jimmy Wedell and Harry Williams. Right. Who were those two gentlemen?
Harry Williams owned the Cypress Mill, F.B. Williams Cypress Mill. He had the money. And Jimmy Wedell landed a plane in Patterson in a cane field one day, and Harry Williams, who loved speed, went up to him and asked him, "You teach me how to fly it, I'll buy it." Oh my goodness. And they became the Wedell-Williams Air Service. So Jimmy Wedell was a pilot and an expert at building airplanes. Yeah. Putting steel and wood and material together. It's so cool. And that's how they got started. That's what makes this museum so unique. Two major industries in Louisiana to form together. I agree, and that's what I love the most about it. Not only is it a free museum to come to, everybody, but you really tell the story of those two industries. Right now we're here on the aviation side. As you all can see behind me, so many different planes we get to see. Tell me a little bit about these planes. We have a film that was made in 1932, air racing, and it's about a woman by the name of May Hazlett. She flew to 92. The 44 was the most famous to Miss Patterson. And really nobody could really beat them in air races. Wherever they went to Florida one time and they couldn't even race because nobody would fly against them.
Wow.
This is actually the birthplace of speed aviation in Patterson.
Awesome.
Right. At the Patterson Airport, they built these planes. Now some of these are replicas because those planes all crashed. Mm-hmm. But they are built to the exact specs, same type material, everything, just like the originals.
And you do have some originals in here, including some with original engines. Yep. Unbelievable, everybody. So much to see here on the aviation side. But look, right across the hall, there's a Cypress Sawmill side. Let's head over there and see what we can check out.
All right.
Come on, let's go. All right, everybody, David and I have made it over to the sawmill side, and I want to give you all a little bit of a fun fact. Did you all know that Patterson was once home to the largest cypress sawmill in the world, and Patterson is actually still the cypress capital of Louisiana? And I want to ask you this, David, you know, what was the significance of the sawmills and cypress here in this area?
Well, adjacent to the Atchafalaya Basin, they had the growth, and these northern landowners bought acres and acres of land cheap, and then they started harvesting the cypress. But they had more than just Wedell-Williams. I mean, you had Brian L. Drew, you had the Ramos, you had May Brothers, you had
so many others.
There were 67 cypress mills in Louisiana.
Unbelievable. And you all are documenting that story so well here in this museum. There are so many artifacts here for you all to see. An 800-year-old tree is in this side of the museum.
Got a log that makes an 800-year-old picture frame when you take your picture through it.
Unbelievable. And you can also stand inside of a cistern. Most of us see them, but there's actually something inside of the cistern here at the museum, right?
They have a moss exhibit. Moss was a big, during the winter months, they would harvest moss when they couldn't cut the trees. So they would sell the moss. Henry Ford used it in his car seats. They made mattresses, chairs, dolls, horse collars. You name it, they can make it.
It's so cool. That side is so great, the aviation side, and the sawmill side is also interesting. We are just scratching the surface here, David. I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning. Everybody, do not forget, this museum is free and open to the public. The name of the museum is the Wedell-Williams Aviation and Cypress Sawmill Museum. Make sure you check it out, and if you want more information about it, head over to CajunCoast.com.